Hello and welcome back to 365 Days with mxmtoon. I'm Maia, a singer, songwriter, videomaker, Oakland native, and scholar of the skies. I'm also a big fan of history. I love untold stories, gross facts, hidden secrets, anything weird, dark, and funky from the past, so each day I'm going to share a few of my favorite deep cuts with you. So let's take a look at today's stories.
It's 365 with mxmtoon. New facts every day, so don't leave too soon. I'm gonna teach you stuff, no it won't be tough. Gonna go a year till you've had enough. It's 365 mxmtoon.
Today, in 1656, Edmund Halley was born in London. Though you may not have heard of Edmund himself, you've surely heard of the comet that takes his name, Halley's Comet, which appears once in every generation or about every 76 years. But let's reverse. Back to Halley's birth. He was born in Haggerstone, Middlesex in London. His father was a wealthy soap maker. Edmund became interested in math from a young age while studying at St. Paul's School. He began studying astronomy when he went to college in Oxford at the Queen's College. As a university student, he began writing and publishing papers on the solar system and sunspots. He was also introduced to the current astronomer royal, John Flamsteed. Flamsteed was working on a project to catalog the northern stars, and Halley proposed that he do the same for the stars in the southern hemisphere. To begin the project, Halley went to the island of St. Helena to set up an observatory. From there, Halley ended up working and being known as an astronomer, geophysicist, mathematician, meteorologist, and physicist. That's a lot of jobs. He was named Astronomer Royal in Britain, only the second man to be anointed with the title after his former co-worker Flamsteed. Halley was also a friend of Isaac Newton and helped him develop the theory of gravity, as well as working with William Stukeley to research the dating of Stonehenge. Throughout his studies, Halley realized that there had been a comet that approached Earth in 1531, 1607, and 1682. He extrapolated that it was the same comet coming again and again at a strange but specific interval. He was proven right when the comet came again in 1758, but by that time he was no longer alive. He died in 1742 at the age of 85. He was buried in the graveyard of St. Margaret's Church in Blackheath. Later men who held the same position of Astronomer Royal were buried in the exact same spot. Prior to Halley's observations of Halley's Comet, it's believed that the comet was actually noted by Chinese astronomers in the Shiqi Chronicles. Other studies compared it to observations made by the ancient Greeks. It was also noted in Babylonian records that are now housed at the British Museum in London, and some historians believe that the comet makes an appearance in the painting The Adoration of the Magi by Giotto. Perhaps the most well-known appearance, outside of Halley's own observations, was in 1066 before the invasion of England by William the Conqueror. The story goes that William believed that the comet was a harbinger of his success in the invasion, and it was put on the Bayeux Tapestry to commemorate the event. Halley's Comet was first captured on camera in 1910 during a passing in which the comet was only 13.9 million miles from Earth. Only. Well, despite that being, millions of miles, it's only 1/15 of the distance between the Earth and the Sun. Halley's is the only short-period comet that is visible to the naked eye from Earth at a regular interval. When Halley's Comet passed in 1986, spacecraft could finally be used to view its passage. The observations from Earth weren't very clear that time around, so the spacecraft really helped get a better image of the comet. The group of spaceships that went to see the comet was called the Halley Armada. Vega 1 and 2 were French and Soviet probes and flew close enough to capture photographs of the heart and the nucleus of the comet. The European Space Agency ship, the Giotto, flew closer to the nucleus and was able to send incredible images back to Earth. Japan also sent 2 probes, Sakigake and Suisei, that recorded information and images of their own. Further away, NASA's International Cometary Explorer took some long shots from 17.3 million miles away. These photographs by various spacecrafts helped determine how the nucleus of a comet is constructed and how its tail is formed. They also helped determine the dirty snowball hypothesis about comet construction, which was that Halley would be composed of ices formed from water, carbon dioxide, ammonia, and dust. The comet will return in 2061, and that revolution is supposed to be brighter than the 1986 passage due to the placement of Earth and the Sun. Some people will be able to see it twice in a lifetime. And now for our music fact. Today, in 2009, Sarah Grace McLachlan, better known as Bishop Briggs, released her second studio album, Champion. She was born in London and her parents were from a small town in Scotland called Bishop Briggs, which, of course, went on to inspire her stage name. Her song River reached #1 on Spotify's US Viral 50 list. And now for our final segment of the day, I'm going to be going into my own photo archive to see what I was up to on November 8th in my life. On November 8th, 2017, only 3 years ago, I have a screenshot of my Spotify page, actually, and how many monthly listeners I had. And so in 2017, November 8th, I had 58,000 monthly listeners. I had 463,000 monthly streams, and I had 6,000 followers. And that is insane to me. I thought that was going to be the peak of anything that ever happened to me, but I'm really thankful for everything that's happened since then. And I honestly think I would have been happy even if that was the peak of what I reached. But thank you all for making everything that I do possible. And that's all for today. Come back tomorrow for some weird and funky facts, and please subscribe on your favorite podcasting device. I'll see you tomorrow.
It's 365 with mxmtoon. New facts every day, so don't leave too soon. I'm gonna teach you stuff, no it won't be tough. Gonna go a year till you've had enough. It's